Aloha, you're watching F5 Partner Spotlight. I'm Peter Silva. Over the last 12 to 18 months, converged and hyper-converged systems where storage, compute, and networking are all self-contained have made a big move in the technology industry. And I'm thrilled to have the Vice President of Alliances and Business Development for Nutanix, Pi, with us. Nice to see you, Pi.
Thank you, Peter, and nice to see you again, Calvin.
Nice to see you as well.
It's fantastic to be here and to talk a little bit more about F5 and the partnership we're having. Just to give you, color on what you just talked about hyperconvergence, you're right that I think in the last 12 to 18 months, there's been an increased focus on hyperconverged. But as a company, we're about 5.5 years old, and we've been delivering on hyperconverged, as it is called today, for the last 5 years, and really doing a significant job in disrupting what is traditionally a market that's been, siloed, if you can call it that, right? And so as a result, we're a global entity, and as a result of what's happening now, with Nutanix and this converged stack, as you talked about, the ability for customers to run applications and networks as almost a single stack is a very compelling value proposition. And that's why the partnership with F5 is very compelling, which, as Calvin has been very instrumental in making that, a great partnership looking forward. So Calvin, if you can speak a few words.
I'd be happy to, although I'm just here to prove that we're not actually the same person. It's kind of like Fight Club. So I'm, Calvin Rowland, of course, and Pete. It's always a pleasure.
Always good to see you, Calvin.
Pi, thank you for taking the time.
You're welcome.
I'm the Senior Vice President of Business Development, and my team is responsible for alliances, as you know. And when our customers, when our channel partners, when our field ask us about what's new for our FY16, which is coming up, this is the alliance that I'm always at the top of the list that I talk about. So really excited about making it as easy as possible for our customers to be able to consume the Layer 7 services that F5 provides when they make the wise choice to go forward with Nutanix to support their applications with that implementation construct.
Can you tell us a little bit what makes these hyper-converged systems so attractive to organizations as they roll out and deliver their enterprise applications?
Great question, Peter. Nutanix's mantra is all around invisible infrastructure, which is how do you make applications the forefront of what customers should care about, and less about what's running underneath that. And that's the whole drive behind our journey, to make infrastructure invisible beneath that application, and that's why partnering with the F5 model makes it very easy for us to kind of move towards that journey and deliver that to our customers.
And many organizations are going toward this hybrid infrastructure where they got one part traditional, one part cloud, one part highly virtualized, and it doesn't matter where Nutanix is placed. They can run in all of those instances, right?
Yes, and it's a great segue into why customers kind of feel the comfort level going in Nutanix, is because it's less about the hardware, it's more of what the software is allowing you to do and capable of doing, right? So if you look at customers, one of the number one targets is to move towards the cloud, but at the same time, the issues of security and compliance and lock-in come into play. With Nutanix, what we want to give is customers the flexibility of treating the public cloud less of a headwind, saying, should I go there? What should I do if I want to come back in? And treat it more as a tailwind, saying if they choose to want to come back in, the flexibility of software allows you to stay private if needed, go to public as in whichever cloud you want to go to, and have the flexibility to come back, either for workloads or for backups or for data. That flexibility is extremely compelling because the customers like choice. They want to make sure that when they have the choice, they're able to make that transition as easy as possible, right? And all the elements of making the transition easy is that vertical stack we talked about, which spans server, storage, and networking and applications, right? And that's why making all that transition simple is the journey that we think this is a very compelling partnership towards delivering on that goal.
So Calvin, from an F5 perspective, how do these business workloads benefit from F5 services?
The same way they always have. I mean, honestly, that's one of the reasons that this makes sense, right? We've been through a number of paradigm shifts since F5's instantiation. Web services, service-oriented architectures, SDN, et cetera, different implementation constructs. At the end of the day, customers are always looking for some more efficient way to support their applications, right? This is a very compelling way, and it's obvious to us that more and more customers are going to move forward with it. But it's still an application or a set of applications that are being supported by that implementation construct. And so really, it's all the Layer 7 services that customers have always come to expect dare I say, demand from F5. So that's why we need to work together right now with technology as it currently exists to make sure that they're rewarded for their choice of moving forward with Nutanix to support those application workloads. And part of supporting those workloads is to do what we've always done. And we just need to make it as easy as possible.
And so customers can expect being able to deploy their applications quickly and securely. But from a partner perspective, can you share a little bit about what we're going to be doing together in the future?
Let me try to tee this up. So, exactly what I just said. Technologies that currently exist, which is already clearly very compelling for our customers. We're market share leaders, as Pi said, for a reason. So we're going to document best practices to enable customers to very easily, our channel partners to very easily implement them together to provide the services for their workloads right now. The invisible hand of the marketplace and the very smart people at both Nutanix and F5 will tell us where we need to go in the medium and long-term future. And I would dare to say that the medium-term future isn't that far down the road. What would you say about that?
It's a great segue. I think the partnership that we bring is really the benefit from an application down. Customers care about applications, right? Everything that the business runs is about applications. Everything beneath the applications needs to be easy to manage, easy to deploy, easy to configure, easy to adapt. And the partnership, what we bring together is the ability for applications to really take advantage of everything underneath the stack with this partnership, right? So between F5 and Nutanix, what we allow them to do is look at the entire data center. So if the data center infrastructure was simplified, what capabilities does that deliver to the applications to empower them to do more things? And that's the teaser that I think I'm going to leave back with, saying that's the power that I think this partnership enables for our customers and our partners.
Very cool stuff. I really appreciate your time, Pi, with Nutanix. And of course, Calvin, always a great guest. Thank you. So a lot more about hyper-converged and hyper-converged systems and a bit about the Nutanix and F5 partnership when it comes to delivering your applications, your business mission-critical applications to your visitors, employees, and all your end users. Appreciate your time, guys. What a great conversation. And I got to tell you, this has been something that I've been actually researching over the last 5-6 months. So it's fantastic to get direct from you exactly what this is all about.
Well, I'm glad to be
quite
here
helpful
too.
for me.
Thank you so much for the opportunity as well.
Excellent. So for Pi with Nutanix, my good buddy Calvin with F5, I'm Peter. I got my producers Nathan and Swanti behind the lens, and we're with F5 Networks. Thanks for watching.